King of Cool, Elvis's Jumpsuit Era, 1969 to 1972. Before the capes flew and rhinestones sparkled, Elvis Presley redefined cool with a bold, stripped-down stage look that marked his powerful return to live performance. From 1969 to 1972, the King introduced a new era of style, featuring sharp silhouettes, karate-inspired jumpsuits, and an electrifying stage presence that blended strength, movement, and simplicity. This video explores the origins of Elvis's iconic Vegas style, showcasing how his early jumpsuit era became a symbol of confidence, reinvention, and timeless cool. The black Cossack top, two-piece, is a black two-piece suit that initially appeared identical to the black Cossack top. However, upon closer inspection, notable difference becomes evident. The herringbone design in the chest for the second suit actually is stitched at the end of the chest to keep the garment from opening. As Elvis's Vegas stint progressed throughout August 1969, he began to combine this simple yet elegant two-piece suit with various pants, belts, and scarves. The white Cossack top two-piece, as the name suggests, is a white two-piece suit designed in a karate style, featuring a herringbone pattern that runs from the collar down to the end of the chest. The long sleeves, which widen at the wrist, feature two buttons on each side. This suit shares the same style and design as the black Cossack top two-piece and the navy Cossack top two-piece. White Cossack top jumpsuit. White Cossack jumpsuits are sturdy. The collar, with meticulously hand-woven white and gold macrame, adds fun to this ensemble. Elvis had trouble removing the outfit since the collar has 4 knots around the neck, with the bottom knot draping on either side of the chest opening. Each sleeve has 3 white cuff buttons. The LP on Stage, released on June 1, 1970, featured this white Cossack costume picture. White Brocade is a white plain suit adorned with intricate silver and black embroidery around the chest lapels and high collar, featuring designs reminiscent of column capitals. There is also an exact version of this suit that comes with vibrant orange trim. This suit was complemented by a white macrame belt. One of the rarest Elvis suits is the black Brocade, which exists in 2 versions, one with gold trim and the other featuring a green floral and red unicorn motif. The black Brocade suit with gold trim is a jumpsuit that showcases a distinctive design on the lapels and collar. Unlike the red trim suit, which has mirrored lapel trims, the lapel gold trims of the black Brocade suit are asymmetrical, and this design is echoed in the high collar. As of today, there are no known photos of Elvis wearing this suit. However, it is believed that he wore it during the January-February Vegas engagement in 1970 due to its distinctive design. The blue Brocade is a striking aqua-colored suit featuring intricate embroidery around the chest opening and high collar. The design showcases a delicate pattern of tiny aqua flowers interwoven with golden dots and lines, creating a mesmerizing effect. Each sleeve is adorned with 3 cuff buttons, adding a touch of elegance to this sophisticated ensemble. This original belt showcases a unique design featuring white woven macrame crafted into elegant elliptical shapes, each adorned with a striking dark stone at its center and complete with long fringes at the ends. Elvis selected black boots to complement his suit and belt combination. The white Brocade is a white plain suit adorned with intricate orange and black embroidery around the chest lapels and high collar, featuring designs reminiscent of column capitals. There is also an exact version of this suit that comes with a white trim. As of today, we don't have photos of Elvis wearing this suit. Short fringes with colorful wooden beads make the fringe extremely appealing. These vibrant accents emphasize the dynamic V pattern flowing across the chest, generating a fascinating movement with every performance. 3 exquisite white buttons on the jumpsuit cuffs contrast the dramatic fringes and show the meticulous craftsmanship that went into this outfit. The Concho suit. This is a jumpsuit that Elvis donned while filming the 1970 documentary Elvis, That's the Way It Is. This particular TTWI jumpsuit was not worn again by Elvis during his 2 tours in 1970. However, it was utilized once more in 1971. Beginning in August or September 1970, while MGM was filming Elvis, That's the Way It Is in Las Vegas, the chain suit was worn for the first time. The suit was one of Elvis's favorites in 1970, and he wore it multiple times with different belts. It was paired with no less than 5 distinct belts in total. Red ladder suit. One of the jumpsuits Elvis first wore during the early part of the 1970 August-September Las Vegas engagement, with an original red snake skin belt, while MGM was filming Elvis, That's the Way It Is. The suit was worn on tour only once after the August-September Vegas engagement. Nail swirl. White jumpsuit with a swirl design on both sides of the suit, most likely first worn during the 1970 August-September Las Vegas engagement, but so far no pictures had surfaced. Long fringe suit. There were 2 very similar versions made of this suit. The first version was worn during the 1970 LA show. Compared to the second version, it had longer fringes and some small differences on the lapel and collar. The second version was worn in Vegas during the 1971 January-February engagement. Turquoise concho. This suit has never been worn outside of Las Vegas on tour, although there is a slight possibility that it may have been worn in Lake Tahoe during that same year. The belt of the suit was also paired with the 1972 white turquoise concho 2-piece suit during the Las Vegas engagement in August-September 1972. White nail suit. White jumpsuit with pyramid-shaped nails, first worn around the same time as the knot suit, which would make it as 1971 January-February Las Vegas engagement. Sky blue cobweb 2-piece suit. Elvis may have donned this suit just once or twice during the Vegas engagement in August-September, and it was never seen again afterward. This is one of the suits for which there are no photographs of Elvis wearing it. A white version was also available, along with a jumpsuit version featuring the same design, cobweb jumpsuit. White Cisco Kid 2-piece with black shoulders. Elvis had multiple Cisco Kid jumpsuits and 2-piece suits manufactured for him, but he never wore any of them outside of Vegas Tahoe on tour, with the exception of a few 2-piece Cisco Kid jackets. Elvis used them as casual wear in 1974. Also one of the costumes that has no images of Elvis wearing it. Also a black suit with bright blue leather shoulders. Violet Cisco Kid has mid-blue shoulders. Black Cisco Kid jumpsuit with green shoulders. Black Cisco Kid jumpsuit with red shoulders. Black Cisco Kid jumpsuit with light blue shoulders. White Cisco Kid jumpsuit with black leather shoulders. Elvis also ordered a jumpsuit version of this costume. Black fireworks. Black jumpsuit with matching green-lined cape. This was the very first jumpsuit that was designed with a matching cape. Elvis also had 2 other fireworks suits, white fireworks and royal blue fireworks. White fireworks with matching light blue lined cape. This suit made its debut during the later part of 1971. It was used only once on tour during that year, but Elvis started wearing it again during early 1972. White pinwheel suit. One of the 3 pinwheel suits that Elvis owned. This is the sole piece among the 3 that features an original belt crafted specifically for it. In 1972, Elvis would later don the belt alongside the eyelet suit. It is highly probable that Elvis donned this suit during his Las Vegas engagement in January and February of 1972. This was a jumpsuit worn by Elvis during the filming of the 1972 documentary Elvis on Tour. Black pinwheel suit. Black jumpsuit with matching red-lined cape and gold attendance belt. First worn during the 1971 November tour, and it's very likely that Elvis wore this suit also during his 1972 January-February Las Vegas engagement. Snowflake suit. The nickname for this suit comes from the fact that Elvis wore this suit for the first time on November 8, 1971 for his Philadelphia concert at the Spectrum. Black butterfly suit. This suit is essentially a flipped version of the white pyramid. The nails on the suit are little butterflies. This is a suit that was only worn in Vegas and never taken on tour. It seems there were 2 slightly different versions of this suit. The other one, visible in the costume fitting pictures, features a yellow-lined cape and yellow kick pleats, while the one on display at Graceland showcases a gold-lined cape and kick pleats. Blue nail suit. Elvis first wore this jumpsuit in Las Vegas during his 1972 January-February engagement. This was one of the jumpsuits Elvis wore also during the filming of the 1972 documentary Elvis on Tour. Red pinwheel suit, one of Elvis's 3 pinwheel costumes. Black and white pinwheels. The costume lacked an original belt. Elvis wore the gold attendance belt. Fans nicknamed this costume after Elvis' 1972 single Burning Love cover depiction. Elvis only wore this costume in 1972, yet it was designed and commissioned in 1971. Royal blue fireworks. Royal blue jumpsuit with matching silver-lined cape. Elvis also had 2 other fireworks suits, black fireworks and white fireworks. This was one of the jumpsuits Elvis wore during the filming of the 1972 documentary film Elvis on Tour. The pyramid white suit. While filming Elvis on Tour in 1972, Elvis donned one of these jumpsuits. As previously said, Elvis wore the gold attendance belt with the costume, although there was no original matching belt. The 1972 album cover for As Recorded at Madison Square Garden features Elvis in this costume. However, he never wore it during his performances at MSG. To put it simply, this costume is the black butterfly in reverse. Elvis Adonis outfit. This costume debuted at the first MSG show, June 9th. Elvis probably didn't wear the suit's original belt. On his clothing was a gold attendance belt. The 1979 film Elvis featured Kurt Russell in this genuine outfit. Preparing the film, John Carpenter and Kurt Russell visited Graceland. It was crucial that Kurt felt everything. Kurt tried on an Elvis jumpsuit at Vernon Presley's suggestion. Vernon agreed, so they put it in the film. Later that year, Vernon died and the suit was never returned. It was auctioned and is presently in the Orlando Hard Rock Cafe. Elvis wheat suit. When Elvis first wore this suit in 1972, he paired it with the white fireworks belt. The suit was worn again in 1973, but with the original belt. Elvis donned one of these costumes during one of his well-known Madison Square Garden performances in 1972. It was auctioned off in early 2009, with the final/winning price reaching $212,000, so the suit remains in private hands. Eyelet suit. White jumpsuit with matching red-lined cape. The suit made its debut at one of the iconic 1972 Madison Square Garden concerts. Elvis primarily donned this suit alongside the lion head belt from the white pinwheel suit. However, during his Las Vegas engagement in August-September 1972, he opted for the rare Russian eagle belt with this ensemble. Currently, the entire suit is privately owned. Elvis's lucky suit. During the 1972 June tour, when the suit made its debut, Elvis wore it with a matching white-lined cape. But when it was worn again during the August-September Vegas engagement, a new cape was made for it. This time the lining was silver. There was also a light blue version made of the lucky belt, which Elvis used with the turquoise phoenix in 1974. Thunderbird suit. When Elvis first donned the Thunderbird, he did not pair it with the belt that was initially created for it. He donned it with a belt gifted to him by the Hawaiian actor Jack Lord. The suit was paired with the original belt when Elvis donned it once more in 1973. When comparing the suit Elvis wears in all the known pictures to the one currently on display at Graceland, a difference becomes apparent. The head of the bird is entirely distinct, which could imply that there were 2 slightly different iterations of the suit, or that the head of the bird was modified, for example, nails added, when Elvis donned the suit for the final time in 1973, in Las Vegas, August or September. Black conquistador or black way-down suit. There was also a white version of this suit, white conquistador. A picture of Elvis wearing this suit was featured on the cover of Elvis's 1977 single release of Way Down, and that is the reason why fans started referring this suit as the Black Way Down suit. The Aztec Star suit made its debut during Elvis's 1972 November tour. Elvis wore this suit with the original belt during the April 1973 tour in Fresno. There is a possibility that he could have worn the suit in Vegas in 1973 January-February engagement with the original belt. A picture of Elvis wearing this suit was featured on the cover of his 1977 album, Moody Blue. Saturn suit. Elvis wore this suit only once in 1972, November 15th. He wore it again in Las Vegas during the 1973 January-February engagement with the original belt. There are also many combinations of two-piece outfits like pants, shirts, and belts in the beginning of Elvis's comeback years from 1969 till 1972. Enjoy this part 1 of Elvis's iconic jumpsuits. Part 2, 1973 till 1977, will be soon seen on my channel.